Welcome back for another deep dive. This time, we're going to be tackling something that's probably already on your mind, Black Friday.
Yeah, it's getting to be that time of year.
It is, and you sent over some excerpts from the Black Friday Wikipedia article.
Yeah.
And I got to say, this is way more than just deals and crowds.
It really is. There's a fascinating history behind it.
Yeah.
A lot of cultural impact, too, and some global stuff that we'll get into that I think people will be surprised by.
Yeah, and I was really surprised to learn that the whole, retailers and the black thing
Right.
isn't the real origin of the name.
Yeah, it's a very common misconception.
I always thought it was.
The real roots of the term are a lot darker, actually, tied to some historical events, some of them even a bit calamitous.
Wow.
One of the early uses of Black Friday actually goes all the way back to 1869.
Wow, that's before the Roaring '20s. What happened?
A financial crisis.
Oh,
Two financiers named Jay Gould and James Fisk
okay.
tried to corner the gold market. They had some connections to President Ulysses S. Grant's administration
Okay.
and thought they could pull it off, but
Yeah.
President Grant got wind of it and ordered the Treasury to release a huge amount of gold, and the price plummeted.
So it was a Black Friday for anybody who bet on gold going up.
Absolutely. Fortunes were lost, and even President Grant's own brother-in-law got caught up in it and was ruined.
Wow, that's intense. Okay, so we've got Black Friday tied to financial panics.
Right.
But how do we get from Wall Street crashing to, people fighting over TVs?
Well, that's where Philadelphia comes in.
Okay.
Back in the 1950s and 60s, the police there started using Black Friday and Black Saturday
Okay.
to describe the just utter mayhem that would happen the day after Thanksgiving.
Oh, so the crowds and everything?
Huge crowds, traffic jams, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. Makes sense that the first retail connection would be about the chaos of it all.
It was, and the city and businesses actually tried to rebrand the day as Big Friday to try to get rid of the negative associations.
Big Friday.
Yeah.
That does not have the same ring to it.
No, it didn't really catch on.
I can see why.
By the 1980s, though, it was widely accepted as the unofficial start of the Christmas shopping season.
And Thanksgiving is a huge part of that, right?
Yeah.
Creates this 4-day weekend.
Yeah.
Everyone's feeling good after being thankful for what they have.
Right.
And then, bam, shopping frenzy.
Exactly. The timing of Thanksgiving is key.
But is Thanksgiving itself actually tied into, the history of Black Friday?
You hit the nail on the head. The timing of Thanksgiving is key, and it's actually been meddled with before.
Really?
Yeah. Did you know that President Franklin D. Roosevelt moved Thanksgiving a week earlier in 1939?
What? Why would he do that?
He wanted to extend the Christmas shopping season, hoping to boost retail sales during the Depression.
Oh,
It was a very controversial move.
I bet.
Yeah, some people just refused to acknowledge the change.
Wow. So even back then, presidents were trying to, get involved in how people shop.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. But, I mean, moving Thanksgiving didn't really change Black Friday much, right? I mean, Black Friday is about the Friday after Thanksgiving.
That's true, but you bring up an interesting point about the blurring of those lines because in more recent times, the idea of retailers opening on Thanksgiving itself, like the Black Thursday sales, has become more of a trend. And
It
so,
sounds like Thanksgiving is becoming less about, family and being grateful and more about prepping for the shopping spree.
yeah, it raises some questions about what Thanksgiving means in our very consumer-driven world, for sure.
For sure. Okay, so we've covered the origins of the name Black Friday,
Right,
how Thanksgiving itself plays into it.
right.
What about the rest of the world? Has Black Friday spread beyond the U.S.?
It definitely has. Black Friday has gone global in a lot of ways, with different countries kind of taking it on and adapting it to their own cultures.
That's fascinating. So we're not the only ones caught up in this Black Friday craziness.
No, not at all.
What are some of the ways other countries celebrate it? Or I guess, do they even call it Black Friday?
Well, some do and some don't. A good example is Egypt and Libya.
Okay.
They actually call it White Friday.
White Friday. That's a pretty stark contrast.
Yeah, it is. It's mainly because of cultural and religious sensitivities.
Oh, yeah.
In these countries, which are largely Muslim, Black, has more negative connotations.
I see.
So white is seen as a more,
Positive thing.
positive thing. Exactly.
Okay, so same concept, different name.
Exactly.
Makes sense. What about other countries? Do they all kind of put their own cultural spin on Black Friday?
Some do, and some just have their own thing going on already.
Oh, okay.
Like, for example, India
Okay.
has a massive shopping season already linked to Diwali, their festival of lights, which usually falls around October, November.
Okay.
And they already have huge sales events during that time.
So they've got their own version of Black Friday kind of built into their traditions.
Pretty much, yeah.
Do they even bother with, like, the American Black Friday then?
Some international retailers in India do try to promote Black Friday deals, but it hasn't really taken over in the same way.
Interesting. So it's not a guaranteed hit everywhere it goes.
Well, not necessarily.
Are there any countries that, like, actually have a totally different meaning for Black Friday?
Yeah. The UK is a great example.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's their take on Black Friday?
Well, for them, Black Friday used to refer to the Friday before Christmas.
Oh, wow. So they were already using the name.
Already using the name.
What did it mean for them?
It was mostly a term used by police and emergency services, and for them it meant just a massive surge in activity.
Because of the holidays.
Because of all the holiday parties,
Gotcha.
Packed pubs, more accidents, that sort of thing.
Oh, so their Black Friday was about the chaos of holiday partying, not shopping.
Exactly. But then in the 2010s, American retailers like Amazon and Asda, which is owned by Walmart, started pushing the American-style Black Friday sales pretty hard in the UK.
So they basically imported our Black Friday and imposed it on top of their existing one.
Kinda, yeah.
Did it work?
Well, it caused a stir.
I bet.
In 2014, things got so out of control with shoppers fighting over deals that police had to be called in for crowd control at multiple stores.
That's kind of ironic, isn't it? They already had their own Black Friday, but then the American version caused even more mayhem.
Yeah, you could say that.
It seems like online shopping has really changed the whole game, though.
You're absolutely right. The rise of online shopping and events like Cyber Monday have definitely reshaped the Black Friday experience, both in the U.S. and globally.
It's like Black Friday used to be this localized physical event.
Right.
And now it's this global and mostly online thing. But I think we need to dive a little deeper into that.
Yeah.
What are some of the specific ways online shopping has changed the landscape of Black Friday?
Well, for starters, think about Amazon Prime Day.
Oh, yeah, good point.
It's essentially Black Friday in July. It proves that you can have these massive shopping events any time of year now.
It's like Black Friday is becoming this year-round thing.
Yeah.
What other changes has online shopping brought to Black Friday?
Online shopping has definitely shifted things. For one, it's made Black Friday less about a single day and more about a longer period of deals.
Yeah, that makes sense. It kind of takes the pressure off that one crazy day.
Exactly. It spreads things out a bit.
Both for shoppers and retailers, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. But even with online shopping taking over, there are still people who love the traditional Black Friday experience.
Right. There's still something about those early morning shopping trips.
Yeah, the thrill of the hunt,
The hunt for the best deals.
Exactly.
Some people even enjoy the camaraderie.
Right.
Or sometimes maybe the combat with their fellow shoppers.
Yeah, there's definitely a psychological component to it.
I think so. What do you think it is about Black Friday that gets people so riled up?
Well, there's the fear of missing out, the urgency that retailers create with all these limited time offers.
Yeah.
And the rush you get from scoring a big win.
It's like a game.
It is. It's a game we all play.
So what are the rules of the game? How do you win at Black Friday?
Well, you can definitely improve your chances. The first rule is do your research. Know what you want. Compare prices beforehand. Figure out which stores have the best deals on those specific items.
So don't just blindly follow the crowds.
Exactly. Have a plan.
Have a game plan.
And be prepared to adjust your expectations.
Okay.
The hottest items often sell out really fast, so prioritize.
Right.
Be realistic about what you might actually get.
And don't get sucked into deals that seem too good to be true.
Absolutely. Sometimes those crazy doorbuster prices are on low quality stuff or limited quantities.
Yeah. You got to be a savvy shopper.
You do.
So Black Friday can be fun and exciting.
It can.
But it's important to approach it with a critical eye.
Yes. Definitely don't forget to consider the bigger picture.
The bigger picture.
Think about the impact on workers, the environment, and whether the whole thing aligns with your personal values.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about Black Friday from the shopper's perspective.
Right.
What about the retailers? What are the challenges and opportunities they face in this crazy, constantly changing world of shopping?
Yeah, for retailers, Black Friday is a high-stakes game.
I bet.
It can make or break their entire holiday season.
Wow.
Even their whole year.
Really?
Yeah. They have to find that sweet spot between maximizing profits and keeping a positive brand image.
That's a tough balancing act.
It is.
And now they're not just competing with other stores down the street. They're going head-to-head with these online giants like Amazon.
Exactly. It's a global competition now, and they have to constantly innovate to keep up.
So what are some of the ways they're doing that? What are some of the tactics they're using?
Well, we talked about how they're extending those sales periods.
Right, both online and in-store.
Exactly. They're also getting much more into personalized marketing, using data to figure out what each shopper is interested in.
Oh, so like targeted ads.
Exactly what they've bought in the past, and then targeting them with specific deals based on that information.
It's all about the data.
It is, the more they know about you, the better they can tailor their marketing.
And of course, they're always trying to make online shopping as smooth as possible.
Oh, yeah.
Fast shipping, easy returns, mobile-friendly websites, all that stuff.
All crucial.
And let's not forget social media.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like every retailer is using platforms like Instagram and TikTok now.
Oh, absolutely, to build hype and reach more people.
It's a powerhouse for them.
It is. It lets them connect with shoppers in a more personal way, build brand loyalty, and even trigger those impulse buys through ads and influencers.
Oh, it's incredible how much retail has changed in just a few years.
It really is.
We've gone from camping out in front of stores to shopping on our phones from anywhere in the world.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what the future holds.
It does. Will Black Friday become just another online shopping event?
Yeah.
Stripped of all the crowds and the craziness?
Maybe. But for now, it's still a pretty fascinating spectacle.
It is.
Both online and off.
What are your final thoughts on Black Friday? What's the most important takeaway for our listeners?
I think the key takeaway is that Black Friday is kind of a mirror.
A mirror.
Yeah, reflecting who we are as consumers, as a society, and as individuals.
It tells us about our values, our priorities, our anxieties.
Exactly. And it's a reminder that every purchase we make has ripples beyond that single transaction.
So be a conscious shopper.
Yes.
Do your research, and don't be afraid to skip the whole thing if it doesn't feel right.
Well said. And remember, the true spirit of the holidays is about gratitude, connection, and giving, not just buying stuff.
It's funny, as we've been talking about all these different aspects of Black Friday,
Yeah.
it struck me that it's kind of like a miniature version of modern society as a whole.
That's an interesting thought. What makes you say that?
Well, think about it. You've got this tension between holding on to traditions and embracing new ideas.
Right.
You've got the online world clashing with the physical world.
Yeah.
And then this constant pull between wanting to get a great deal, but also being like a responsible consumer.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Black Friday really does embody a lot of the complexities of modern life.
Yeah.
The speed of technology, the global nature of shopping, the constant advertising.
Right.
It's all there in this one event.
And then there's the social aspect of it, too.
Yeah.
Like Black Friday has become this shared experience. We all talk about it, joke about it, and stress about it together.
Right. Whether you love it or hate it, it's become part of our culture.
Exactly. So I'm curious to hear from our listeners, actually.
Yeah.
How has Black Friday impacted your life?
That's a great question.
Do you have any crazy Black Friday stories, good or bad?
We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences.
Head over to our website or social media and share what Black Friday means to you.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, Black Friday is about more than just shopping right.
Absolutely.
It's a reflection of our values, our priorities, how we relate to the material world.
It reminds us that every choice we make as consumers has consequences.
Yeah.
Both for ourselves and for the world around us.
So as you navigate the holiday season, whether you're battling the crowds or browsing for deals online, do it with intention and awareness.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
And remember, the true spirit of the holidays is about connection, gratitude, and giving.
Yeah.
Not just consuming.
And maybe someday Black Friday will evolve into something completely different.
That would be amazing.
Instead of a day focused on getting the best deal, maybe it could become a day for community, sustainability, and meaningful experiences.
Now that's a future worth working towards.
It is. For now, we'll keep exploring the many layers of Black Friday, trying to understand its history, analyze its impact, and encourage everyone to think critically about its role in our lives.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Black Friday.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody.
We hope you enjoyed exploring this complex and ever-changing phenomenon with us.
Happy holidays, everyone.